Okay.
And welcome to Tnashi's Movie Corner, and today we will be reviewing Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, which came out August 5th, 2014. And I'm doing this because the new movie Resurrection of F is coming out tomorrow. At some point I'm going to get into reviewing the series as well as some of the other movies, but for now I'm going to stick with Battle of Gods. And for this movie, the Z Fighters must contend with Lord Beerus, God of Destruction, but only a god can fight a god, and none of them are gods. However, with the creation of the Super Saiyan God, will the Z Fighters be able to defeat Lord Beerus? This movie it's a continuation. It's from, the writer was Akira Toriyama, who also wrote Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball. It's a continuation of the story. It's set within the Z time frame. I believe it goes right after Boo gets defeated and everything, but before the last episode. I don't know if that last episode was actual canon or not, but the last episode I remember with the tournament, martial arts tournament. And this movie, first thing I want to get out of the way is, for those of you that watch the series, it goes Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and this is set in there. There is no GT. Akira came out and he didn't like the series at all. Which that was more of a U.S. property, I believe. So he didn't like it, and this is kind of, acting like that never doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. And there's going to be a show that continues on with these stories from these two movies. So be on the lookout for that. But anyway, so because of when this takes place, just to get it out of the way, Pan, which is the daughter of Gohan and Videl, it hasn't been born yet. So, just to give you a little time reference of when this happens. But anyway, going into this, I wasn't sure what to expect. It was actually written by Akira, so that's always a good sign that he would come back to the series. And not going too much into the series, but I do enjoy the series. I don't enjoy it quite as hardcore as so many people. There's a lot of people that do, but I do enjoy it. And this movie did a really good job that GT didn't do, in a way, because GT tried to involve the humor aspects of it from Dragon Ball with the action style of Z, and it became a sloppy mess, pretty much. This does a better job of it. I think there's a little too much humor, to be honest, but it's for a movie, for an 85-minute movie, it's not bad at all. I really like this movie. I think it's really good, and there may be a little too much humor, but there's not too much wrong with this movie. It incorporates a lot of characters from both Dragon Ball and the Dragon Ball Z universe, like the stories. So it's really good. It does have a little bit of a slower start, and again, but the final fight is really good, and there's some fights sprinkled without, which are pretty interesting. Vegeta gets his own moment to shine, and it is a moment. It's just a moment, but he does get it, and I like that because Vegeta is one of my favorite characters. So I appreciate, any time that he's able to kind of step up to the plate at all. There's some humor with him, though, that kind of comes off weird because of his character, but he's been on Earth for a while, so I guess I can understand him kind of changing a little bit. Also, Beerus as the antagonist, I really like him. He's funny. He's got this, he's got this power and obviously this confidence with it and everything, and he's got a little bit of a temper problem, which is funny how it gets set off. But he's actually quite a likable villain, and I really found myself enjoying, his involvement. And you get some memorable villains in Dragon Ball Z. I'll give them that. Some more so than others. There's a few points where it seems like they were rehashing stuff. Beerus is he's just a badass. So that was really cool. And again, it's cool seeing some of the cast. Emperor Pilaf, you get to see him, that was pretty neat for those of you that like Dragon Ball. And of course, this is all takes place around Bulma's birthday, so that was funny. Just that involvement and everything. And then, like I said, the action's really good. When it is spread out a little bit, but the action is really good. I really enjoyed it, and I like the way the movie wrapped up. I think it had a nice conclusion to it, and obviously left room in it for sequels, which is what we're getting. And the animation is ridiculous. Like, I love this animation. I wish that the series had this kind of animation, because the the style is similar, but the color aspect of it is really different, and there's a lot more to this one. You'll see it looks a lot better than the show did, which is understandable, obviously. But I do really seeing this, I was like, man, I really wish I could see the show like with this kind of animation going for it. So overall, like I said, I really enjoyed this movie. I have to give it a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's a great addition to the Dragon Ball Z franchise. And like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Dragon Ball Z. Like, I'm not a hardcore fan. I do like it. I'm just not as big on it as some people. But I really found myself enjoying this movie. The story, the plot to it, it's funny, and it works for that way. It works because of how they did it. The characters, most of them don't get that much screen time, and that's to be expected. It happens, and it actually happens in the series quite a bit. But it was still nice to see them all there, and they did get to participate, if at least a little. And the villain was great, and again, the conclusion's great, and the animation's really solid and everything. So this is a really good movie. It overdoes it on the humor a little bit, and it is a little slow, probably too long at being a little slow. But for a movie, I really enjoy it, and I look forward to the next one. And I hope enjoy the next one as much as I did this one. So we'll find out tomorrow. But anyway, guys, that's my rating, and let me know what you think. Have you seen this movie? What do you agree with my rating, or do you disagree? What's your favorite Dragon Ball Z movie? There's been a lot out there, so I'm curious which one you would pick. And what do you think of the series overall? Do you enjoy it, or do you think it's a little overhyped? Anyway, let me know, and check in tomorrow for the review of the Resurrection of Eth. And until then, peace.